About 3 years ago, I played video games every single day till the evening so that my parents were actually getting upset at me. But I also felt like a loser because I didn't actually have a life outside of my room. I played video games the whole day. I went into the kitchen sometimes to get some nice chocolate or my favorite sweets. But I did nothing except eat junk foods, play the video games, scroll on YouTube, and doing worse things. And that all changed once I got into discipline. Many other guys were having the discipline already, but for me as a 14-year-old, it was the first time actually hearing about it and applying it to real life. Now suddenly, I wasn't a loser anymore, but I actually did more of the good habits than most of people in my school. And I did less of the bad habits, actually none of the bad habits for a good time, instead of my classmates, which were scrolling in the breaks on YouTube, on TikTok, talking about video games. So that I went from the loser to actually having a better life and feeling better about myself than most people. Now, in this video, I will teach you how you can easily and quickly break the bad habits, which has taken me 2 years to get down consistently. I will teach you in this 20-minute video. The most important piece of advice that I can give you is make your life fantastic. Make it into a movie. That you don't even have time to do the bad habits, to get into the bad habits. Let's imagine your typical day right now. So you come home from school, you eat with your family, and after that you go up into your room. I know it's exactly like that. Now, the thing about this is that after you went into your room, you don't actually have plans for the day. So you turn on your PC or sit down onto your bed to watch some videos or scroll. Now, these are the bad habits we don't want. And bad habits mostly come from unstructured time or having nothing better to do, procrastination. If we just made our lives a bit more interesting and added another block of some fun time like a meeting with our friends or exercise, something we are excited for and we want to do it, and we don't even have time to do the bad habits. Now, this is the most important brick for me because on the one hand you're eliminating the bad habits during that time, and on the other hand you're making your life so much more enjoyable. See, what's so crazy about habits is that we do 70% of our waking time, the things we are used to. We don't even think about them, but we just do them because we did them yesterday and before yesterday and the week before and over again so that it just ingrained into our heads. Now, the second best way I found for myself is to add friction to the bad habits. If you have the habit of scrolling on YouTube on your toilet while you shit and making it like a 40-minute session instead of just a 5-minute poop you will have had, and then just delete YouTube, right? It's not that people don't think about this. And if you want to destroy all bad habits, you actually have to be quite extreme with it. Like, you have to admit to yourself, if you want something and can't even sacrifice your comfort for it, then you're just weak. And you don't want to be fucking weak. Right? We as young men want to be strong, so can you see how you, on the toilet scrolling, would be perceived by everybody else? If you couldn't even stop yourself doing that. That's disgusting. Now, the friction you add will make it that much harder to get into the bad habits. You wouldn't want to install YouTube again on your phone while you are shitting. You wouldn't want to wait the 2 hours for your favorite game to download again so you can play it. Right, so this is the friction. Now, normally we gravitate towards the next best thing, which gives us comfort in that regard. So, if you can't play the video games, you will just start watching YouTube videos. Now, also there you can add friction. For example, if you have Opera GX, which is a search engine, then there's extensions. Like on the right hand side, there's extensions. You can add tools in there or just search it up if you can't find it right now. It means that you can have extensions which block your thumbnails, for example, so you don't scroll the whole time and get dopamine by looking at the thumbnails. It's turning the comments off so you are not getting distracted by that and also getting dopamine. Because the way that bad habits work is they reward us in some way with cheap dopamine. Right? You've surely heard about instant gratification and delayed gratification. Bad habits are instant gratification because they make us feel good in the moment, but if we did them every day, it would actually deteriorate. Deteriorate is a hard word. Then our lives would just get worse. The third way to eliminate bad habits is the enduring of the want. Now, what do I mean by that? Enduring the want is where you realize in yourself that you have the desire to do something, to play the video game, but you just don't do it. If you've ever been hungry and you were on a trip or something, were hungry the whole time, after a time, your hunger will just go down again because your body realizes it doesn't get food. Now, it's the same with the video games you play or the videos that you want to watch. If you force yourself to do another productive task, if you set yourself like a 1 hour timer to read, you will read during that time. And your want, your desire to play the video game will also burn down. If you can't seem to get 1 hour of reading and you're just thinking about the video game constantly, keep going. It's okay, you're trying to eliminate the video game aspect right now, but it's still in your head because you've played video games all the time, okay? You still think about your favorite game. And this is normal because you've made your brain function in this way, which is quite fucked up, right? Thinking about some fantasy that doesn't benefit you in real life. Now, if you still have the desire, just keep on reading and give your focus to the book instead of swirling off into your video game. It's the same with meditation, for example. You have a thought, you go back to your breath, but in this case, it's actually reading the book. So, what I want you to do to build the discipline on these things is go into your kitchen and take your favorite candy right now. Then come back and lay it onto your table or where you are for most of the time during the day, so that you look at it when you're working, for example, on your school work, and then get the desire to eat it because, well, it's your favorite candy, right? Now, don't eat it. Let it lay there for eternity. Like, let it get dusty. And every time you think about this candy, actually look at how disgusting it is. What shit is in there? It's like glucose syrup, sugar, some chemicals to make it more, to increase its shelf time. You don't even want to eat this. Which gets me to my next point. The fourth way of breaking habits is to get deeply disgusted by what you are doing. If you play video games the whole time, admit to yourself that you're a lazy rat. And that you haven't even washed your face. Like, video games have a higher status in your life than washing your face, which is disgusting. So maybe you feel a bit offended right now, and I hope you do. Or maybe you get angry at the video games and the video game creators because they have kept you in front of the screen. Like, you want to improve now, right? And there's no such time for your bad habits to take place in your life anymore. So get hateful towards these things. It's like, use the energy that you have through trying to quit, getting pulled in a few more times, and then actually saying, fuck this. Fuck this habit. I don't even want to do it anymore. It makes me disgusting. My future wife would be disgusted if she saw me like that. I want you to realize that the bad habits that you have right now, also masturbation for example, they pull you down into your hole and make you the loser. And nobody else is accountable for that, it's only yourself. I want you to think that Friedrich is disgusted of you because you're still doing these habits. Now, break out of them, it's your responsibility. But I also know that you can do it because I've done it and I was deeply addicted to candy and video games. So there's no reason why you couldn't break out of it. I also want to tell you about a method that I've just learned yesterday on how to break bad habits. So the method is that once you do the bad habit, imagine we have the block of a bad habit during your timeline on the day. You do the bad habits, but after that you do 100 push-ups, which would be a good habit. Now, every time you do the bad habit, you do the good habit afterwards, or you insert any good habit that you want. It doesn't have to be 100 push-ups. After you've done that, you now have two blocks next to each other, with the bad habit in front and the good one ending. What happens here is very scientific, so I'm only gonna give you the short, dumb version. You have a loop, with the trigger at the bottom triggering your action, the bad habit. But once you put a good habit in there, right after the bad habit, it means that you have an opening to break into the loop. And your brain will only remember the good part, or it will make you realize more easily if you're about to do the bad habit, so you can intervene even more. And the sick part is that after a time of doing the bad habit and doing the good habit afterwards, is that the good habit will take over. Like you basically swap them out and the bad habit goes away. Now, this does not excuse you still doing the bad habits just because you'd do the good habits afterwards. It still try to reduce the bad habits. Not looking at the good one, of course, do the good one, the good habit as well, the 100 push-ups for example. But keep the bad habits down so that you just snap out of it after a time. You now have all the tools that you need to break out of your bad habits. I hope this video has given you value. If you look into the description, or have seen it already, I offer a free call right now, 30 minutes for us to, where I can help you discuss how to break out of the bad habits. If you need some more help with that, because I've done it many times, and I know how I can help you. There's no hooks attached, it's free. Give it a look if you are interested. With that being said, go on and do your work.